What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Webb Street Podcast with Nock and Chris. Nock, how you doing?
I'm excited. For
excited
our
as well.
YouTube viewers, this is going to be a changeable podcast.
I agree. Yeah, episode 9. We're almost to double digits. We'll have to think about. I haven't thought about this till right this moment, but we'll have to think about potentially doing something special for our double-digit episode.
I know. I know.
Big number 10. I don't know. Maybe we'll
Destination podcast. We fly to Vegas.
Sure.
Record it out of there.
Destination podcast with all the money we've earned from this show. Of what? Gambling or Vegas? Or podcasting?
Both. All three.
Okay. Cool. I would go to Vegas. Anyway, so as Nock kind of alluded to, if you're watching on YouTube, we look a little different. Nock got a haircut. He looks good.
Thank you.
I look the same, I think, but our setup is what's different. Which is pretty cool. We'll get into that in a sec. Nock, you want to introduce our guest, and then I'll give him a little bit of a shout out afterwards.
Yeah. So one of the things we're gonna try and do now is start introducing our guests a little bit earlier. Our previous guest, Mark, brought it to our attention that he was extremely uncomfortable in the beginning of the podcast because he didn't know what to weigh in. He wanted me to edit him out at the beginning of the podcast. He thought he looked weird. So we're gonna introduce him early. This is Mont. For those of you that have been listening, he's our technical producer, so he's on the staff. We pay him in alcohol. Our sponsor, Topo Chico, that's not actually our sponsor.
Yeah. So
sitting right there.
I forget? It's right in front of me.
So
we got him here.
Yeah, basically, anytime the audio video ever fucks up, you can always blame me and not these two. So
yeah, maybe we'll drop his Twitter handle. So if you ever have any issue with anything technical,
his Twitter is pretty fire, and I say pretty fire in quotes because there are some times that I look at his tweets and I'm like, is my boy okay? But for the most part, you're very funny.
It can be kind of cringy sometimes. So
there's nothing wrong with that. It's good to fire some stuff on Twitter.
Yeah.
But no offense to our other employees. Like I said, if you're watching, the setup is a lot different, a lot better. Hopefully we sound better. So Mont is the clear front runner for Employee of the Month. Mostly because no one else has done anything. However, we've got a couple people try.
What's Sork been doing?
He's chief meme officer. He's made memes.
He's sent us funny memes, but I want him to just fire.
We need to give him our Twitter account so that he can just kind of send it.
And then Jake Sneed did one. He sent one Instagram message to Topo Chico or something like that. That's not good enough, Jake. And Bookie Toaster's trying, Tepper's trying, but.
Wait, we haven't said what Tepper's role is, have we?
I don't know. Did we?
No. I gotta dig through the archives here.
That's all right. But I would just say no hate to our other employees. We love you all. But Mont, thanks for being Employee of the Month. Congratulations.
No problem.
I don't know what your prize is yet, but we'll maybe make you a plaque.
Just buy me more alcohol. That's all you need.
Sure. Are you looking up Tepper?
Yeah, I don't remember what group chat it was in, but we could talk about our stats guy, Mark. He's given us some stats for this podcast.
And before you talk about the stats, I will mention last episode was our worst viewer count ever, which is okay. You go through dips sometimes. So thanks, Mark, for doing that.
What did we say that the viewer dip was like?
Like over 50%?
Oh my god! Wait,
no,
really?
No,
it wasn't that bad.
No.
How bad?
So typically we fluctuate. Our average is 50 listeners.
Like unique listeners, right?
Yeah, 50 unique listeners.
Because we're usually getting like 80 something hits.
It can go higher than that. It typically doesn't really go lower than 50. But with Mark, I think we were pushing late 30s, early 40s.
Oh, it's better than I thought. All right, I got.
But I mean, that's for our numbers. That's like 20%.
All right.
Still love you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
But yeah, we love you. So here's Mark's stats. He's stats guy. Since our last episode, though, we've gained 9 followers on Twitter.
That's great.
Tepper hit his quota of getting us 2 new followers. Granted, it was himself and Griffin, one of my friends from home.
2 people that should have been following.
Yeah,
us
who
anyway.
should have been following
a former
anyways.
guest and like your best friend. So.
But he did some number crunching, and he found out the average verified Twitter account has around 1,052 followers. And if we stay at this rate of 9 Twitter followers per episode, it'll take us 110 podcast episodes to get verified.
Okay. All right, well...
And so at our streak of once every other week, it's going to take us like 5-ish.
Right, we've been a little bit hit or miss with how frequently we drop. Also, the date with which we drop. We've never even recorded on a Friday before, and super unclear on when this will actually be out.
Yep.
So we're keeping everybody on their toes.
Busy weekend, so
Yeah,
whenever I have time, I'll
keeping
start
everybody on
editing.
their toes, and that's okay. Okay. Anything else about Mont? Did you say hi? You chimed in, but say hi to everybody. Introduce yourself a little.
Hi everyone. It's great to be here on the Webb Shoot podcast. I'm glad to be here and be a part of an employee. I've never done something like this before. I do like video editing, but it's a new experience, and
This is
I'm glad
3
to be on.
different Hokie grad classes
Yeah.
consecutively.
What do you mean?
Well, because you were 18, 19, 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know you were younger.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Like
I-
2 years
Learn something
younger.
new.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually just turned 23 on Tuesday.
Congrats.
Yeah, happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Thank
Good
you.
age. Okay, so we went through.
Good age. Fuck off.
Yeah, I'm 25 now. We already talked.
It's
about
Michael
that.
Jordan year.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Mont. Happy to have him here. Hopefully, our tech improves. Because Nock was not. That was not a strong suit.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
just good
so
at being funny.
anything-
I think there's one more thing I've got.
Oh, go ahead.
As far as like general podcast stuff. So we wanted to think of what is a name for our
Oh,
listeners of the podcast, right? I'm sure a lot of our audience listens to Pardon My Take, right? Their audience is the AWLs, and we couldn't come up with anything for like a general listens to our podcast. So we decided you either listen to Nock or you listen to Crisp. You're a fan of one of us, but not both. So if you're my fan, you're a Nock fan, you are a Knocker. And if you're a Crisp fan, you're a Crispy. So we got the Crispies and the Knockers.
Yeah.
So decide now
Someday we'll have
who your favorite host is.
Someday we'll all
co-host is.
meet in a park and have a battle royale of some sort.
The Knockers versus the Crispies.
Yeah, just a full-on war.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's that. Agenda for the show. Do we
Yeah,
want
let's
to talk
do an
about what we're
agenda.
getting
Also,
into?
I'll say, depending on when this drops, shout out to all my friends going on a beach trip in the same car tomorrow that I'm not going to. I hope you listen and are having a nice time. I told them I'd shout.
Mont's going to the beach too.
Yeah,
I
nice.
guess it's a big beach weekend.
Yeah, all right. That's all I've got. So yeah, let's do do an agenda.
Agenda.
Do you know
So
the agenda?
I mean, we've got beef of the week
Yeah.
per usual. We got to recap the Euros. We haven't talked the Euro final since that happened. So we're gonna do some sports talk, McGregor talk, name, image, and likeness. We're also gonna talk our segment for the week: top 3 near-death experiences / injuries that we've incurred in our lives.
Nice.
So that'll be fun.
Okay.
I can't think of. Is there anything else?
No,
we're
we're
gonna
getting
talk
some
about?
news
Oh,
after
questions.
that. Oh yeah, right. We put out a tweet like right before this, asking anyone who wants to submit us a question. We're gonna start doing that every week. So we're gonna answer all of them. I don't even care what they are. I haven't looked at them yet, but I'm excited. And also we're gonna introduce Bookie Toaster. We talked about Bookie Toaster a little bit last week. Apparently, it's every time I've talked to Bookie Toaster, they use we, not I. So apparently, it's more than a person running Bookie Toaster. But I think we're gonna give out some sort of like pick of the lock of the week or something like that every week from Bookie Toaster. We'll see. So that'll be at some point in the show too. And Mont, did you have any questions for us before we get started or no?
I mean,
We can just
I
get
could
into it.
I could save it for the end, but
Yeah, so you can save it for the end.
I do have one question. It has to do with your Twitter profile. Why did you choose James Winston?
I don't know. Nock did that. It was stupid.
So when we were like thinking about like what our Twitter AVI needs to be, right? It's not going to be. Originally, we were thinking about a picture of the two of us, and then we were like, we're both the most average, lame-looking dudes. Like that, no one would want to follow that. All the funny Twitter accounts are like some hilarious picture of somebody, like something that's not themselves, right?
Yeah.
And so Jameis is just one of the funnier characters of the internet.
I'm thinking
So
we
it's
could
easy to
change
find
it.
We could
I'm
change
thinking
it.
maybe we
You should change it every week.
I mean, it's kind of like
We
our
also could.
our
We could do that.
podcast album covers, right? It's just like
Yeah.
random shit I find on the internet.
Right. Yeah, Nock handles all that. I
The,
don't know. Good question.
Part of
I
our stick,
agree
yeah.
that we should change it.
I think it's funny. It's just like James Winston of all people. It's just like
Yeah. Eat the W, baby.
the thumbnails though for the podcast on Spotify are fucking hilarious though.
Yeah, I think that's our
agree.
thing.
Those
Like,
are-
we
those
could
are
do
good.
something professional. Maybe we do it eventually.
Like a logo.
Yeah.
You guys
Which-
should see the logo Nock tried to make.
It sucks. I mean, well, it's on the YouTube.
Oh,
So
is
if you
it-
go
is
to
it
the
out
YouTube,
there? Oh,
yeah,
God.
the YouTube is the
Everyone
crappy logo.
do me a favor and look at the logo that Nock made.
I haven't seen the logo.
Microsoft Word.
What is
art.
it? What is it?
So it's just literally, it's like a football, a microphone, and a basketball, and it says Webb Street Podcast with Nock and Crisp, like around the microphone. It sucks.
Yeah.
But that reminds me, so we're on Spotify, we are on YouTube. Shout us out. We didn't really get any shout outs on the last podcast. Maybe that's why our views were down outside of Mark. Because he was
Jake
on it.
kind of. But
Jake
really.
kind of.
But
But
not
if
really.
you share it somewhere and you send it to us, we'll give you a shout out. We got Twitter questions, so we'll shout out some people's Twitter handles.
Yep.
So do that in the future as well.
Yeah. All right. That's all for an intro. It's long enough. We'll want to jump right into beef of the week.
Yeah.
All right. Beef of the week. You all remember beef of the week. I'll explain it really quick though. We're just going to talk about something that made us mad, made us annoyed, made us sad since we last recorded. So, like 2 weeks. But, I guess keep it within this week. I don't know. Are any of you guys going to be from 2 weeks ago? It doesn't matter. Beef of the week. All right. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
All right. Go ahead now.
So my beef of the week. So for the McGregor fights last week, a lot of my friends were in New York City visiting Keller, our first guest, because he just moved there. So I was hanging out with our chief meme officer, and it was just he and I, and we were getting drunk watching League of Legends, because that was some of the things that we did in college. And the League of Legends Championship for North America is coming to Jersey the end of August, and we were like, let's go. And we asked two of our friends, Rick and Tishu, if they wanted to go, and they needed some time to decide. So we didn't buy tickets right then. And because we didn't do that, we can't go to the championship anymore.
Is it sold out?
The championship is sold out, but I think we're going to try and go to the semifinals if we can get tickets.
That is
on
brutal.
The day
Are they
before.
going to...
So my beef is friends that don't just send it.
That's crazy.
That's my beef.
That's
Tishu,
crazy.
Rick, it's your fault.
That's crazy. How quick did they sell out?
Quick. I mean, it was like $30 for a ticket, so it was like cheap.
Oh my god.
Sold out. The Newark Stadium, whatever the stadium is in Newark. So the New Jersey Devils, where they used to play.
No way,
yes.
they sold out a whole
yes,
arena.
They sold it out.
No, they did not.
I don't know that
for
it's
the Devils.
I know that most of the stadium is usable. They might block off sections of it because they like play on the stage and like you might not be able to view it.
Oh, okay. Dude, that is crazy. I knew gaming was popular these days, but they've been selling out the New Jersey
nerds that would be there
New
would
Jersey
be
Devils.
sick.
Do you know if it was in like a day? How
no, I mean,
so
the
you guys
tickets
were
were
a
on
little
sale
late
for
to
a
the
couple
party.
days.
You guys were okay. Damn, that's crazy.
But I mean, it would be so much fun to go watch it live because Sork and I black out. We have a drinking game, and so to do it in person, it would be so fun.
What's the drinking game?
Sick, yeah. Yeah, tell us
so
everybody.
we have to pick a team before the match, right? So typically in League, there's always like a heavy favorite, and they typically win. But you have to pick a team ahead of time, and based on like how the game plays out, kills, objective stuff like that, you get like different sips that you have to take. So typically how it'll work is we'll watch like 2 or 3 games, and you'll finish like 3 or 4 beers a game. But we'll like switch off like picking the favorite, or if you feel like you want another team, to kind of even out. But like Sorkin texted me the next day and was like very hungover, and he had to play golf at Congressional.
That's a big boy clutch right there. That's good beef. I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
That's
my
like
beef.
Me. I'm trying to convince
on Slow
people.
Friends.
I'm trying to convince literally anybody to come to the Virginia Tech UNC football game with me. I don't understand why it's so hard, and nobody will do it. So I'm feeling so much.
Well, so I can't go. My grandfather's turning 80 now.
You have a fair excuse.
I'll probably be at the UNC game.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Somebody's going.
Yeah.
I was worried it was going to be an empty stadium because nobody wants to go. Anyway, Mom, you have a beef with anything?
I do have a beef of the week. The beef has been squashed.
Nice.
But I still had beef of the week the past week.
So this is like a legit beef.
Whoa, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, so my best friend Ian, who I've known for like 15 years or now, right after the McGregor fight, he made a comment about my sister that I didn't really appreciate.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and he and I got in a little kerfuffle, and
really,
yeah,
apparently they actually fought.
Yeah, like
were their gloves on or fists?
It was fists and like
fist to face.
Fist to face and body shots.
Wow.
Yeah, it got like it spilled over because he made the comment and I gave him like a chance to apologize, and then he said, "No, I'm not gonna apologize." So As soon as I said,
What I don't understand, right? Like, I understand the sister jokes. Growing up with a sister, I've had that. He also has a sister.
he has two.
Yeah, so it's
He
like
has
you
two
could
sisters.
very easily just fire back. Why would he do that?
Yeah, I mean, and Ian, if you are listening to this, like, the beef is squashed. Obviously, we already went through this, but like, make a comment about my sister again and see what happens.
We should turn this into a Sons and Four Guy situation. We should bring Ian on. I don't
Get
know
inside
Ian.
the story.
Yeah.
Inside of the story.
Who won the fight? Was there a clear winner?
No, Joey, Cam, and Mark like broke it up by the time like anything happened. So,
do we know any of the stat breakdown? Like,
Ian punched me in the chest, the stomach, and he grazed my eye.
Oh.
And then I threw him on the ground because I honestly wasn't trying to fight. And
were you surprised?
Because he was
when
hammered.
The punch was thrown?
He was hammered, and I was like sobering up.
Oh, okay.
So like I really didn't want to fight him, but like, and I was just like bear hugging him and stuff like that, and like just like, yo, calm down, all right, whatever. Right. Like, I did slap the shit out of him though.
All right, good.
That's about it.
It's nice that you got one in.
So my takeaways that I'm learning before Ian Mont too. You need to work on significant strikes.
Maybe we
gloves and octagon.
Maybe he needs to work on his accuracy.
We get to our verified Twitter status by we promote Mont versus Ian round 2.
That could work.
Live stream it on Twitter.
That could work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ian,
what's your top score on the punching machine? Because Ian's is pretty.
Ian's
high.
is higher than mine. Okay. I think I got like a 824 and
that's still pretty good. 800s are good.
Ian averages out like 836 like every time.
He's like
I don't know how he does it.
You never met this kid, but he's like
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's like
he's like a small guy.
Yeah, he's $130
Sounds
like $130 wet. Like it's just
All right, well that's good beef.
I love that kid.
Yeah, that was a good beef.
That's nice to hear. It's
all
nice
right,
to hear that friends can fight and friends can resolve things.
Yeah.
It's a good story.
Yeah, I drove him home. Later that night at like 4 a.m. I was sober. I was sober, by the way. I was sober.
To hear that.
But
yes, we don't condone drinking and driving.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't.
All right, 2 good beefs. All right, my beef is I didn't really have anything like all that terrible happen. I will say I tried to find Topo Chico for like an hour today, and I couldn't find Topo Chico. So that almost became my beef of the week. I was pretty annoyed, but luckily I think Mont found some, so we're good to go. But my real beef of the week is I played golf on Thursday. I'm in like a 2v2 league, so like we play 2v2 scramble. So it's like pretty casual, pretty fun. And I haven't had a sip of Fireball in probably like 5-6 years. Like it's been a long time. Like very, very early college, freshman, sophomore year. Never liked it, but like it just always gave me a hard time. But I hadn't had it in 5-6 years. I get to the second hole. We play one hole, get to the second hole, and the guys we're playing against go up to the cart girl. I was like, hey, like I'm gonna buy 4 Fireball shots. Do you guys want some? And I like the guys are pretty cool. Like they're like young 20 guys. Like seemed like nice guys. So I didn't want to like look like a bitch and be like, no, I don't want a shot. So I'm like, all right, like
the way the story is going, you sound kind of like a bitch.
Sure, I'll take a shot. Yeah, ain't no problem, right? So we all take a shot together, and like the way we did it was we like all cheers and like did it right in front of each other. Yeah. And they're big shot glasses. Let me say, it was probably at least a shot and a half.
Were they shooters?
Mike is gonna eat you alive.
It was a big shot glass.
He gasses you up. He's gonna eat you alive.
I'm not saying this would be me with every shot. It's just I used to hate Fireball. I thought maybe I got over it. It'd been like 5 years. So we're all taking the shot in a fucking circle, and 3, 2, 1, cheers. Everyone pours it back, and I not only did I not take all of it, like I probably got half of it down, just like a huge gag in front of everybody. Oh. No puke. But just like a very obvious huge gag just right in front of everybody's faces. And then like I'm standing there still holding the second half of it. It was very embarrassing. And we lost the match by a lot because I was just super out of it the rest of the time because I was in my own head about how embarrassing it was. So my beef, I guess, is with me. I guess is with myself.
Or Fireball.
You being a bitch?
Yeah, I guess
you could throw it on your parents. Be like, why didn't you make me take shots at a younger age?
Growing up. Yeah, I thought I was over. I thought I was over disliking Fireball, and I'm not. So
I
that's
really
my
hope
beef.
Isaac is downstairs.
I was just
with
about to say,
Fireball.
like, a Fireball is a staple in this household,
Is
pretty
it?
much, yeah.
Isaac, one of our friends downstairs.
So I can
It's his
understand
go-to.
if somebody's really into the cinnamon flavor, like the spicy cinnamon flavor, then I get it. I just really hate it.
Yeah, no, I don't like it, but I can drink it.
Also, remember how Louis Oosthuizen lost me like $1,000
$400, yeah.
because he was an idiot? He's winning the fucking British Open again.
I know.
Crazy. We'll talk more about golf later.
I
but
did
I also have
threesome,
beef again
and
with
I have
Louis
Colin
Oosthuizen.
Morikawa.
Who'd you have
against
Who'd
him.
you have a threesome with?
It's Louis, Colin, and then the third guy doesn't matter. He's not going to beat either of them.
Nice. Yeah, it's a nice threesome.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, you were trying to make a joke.
I was making
Yeah.
a joke. I said, who do you have a threesome?
All right, on to the next segment. We've been on here too long.
Yeah, so that's beef of the week. Good stuff. What are we doing next, Nock? Mr.
So I wanted to do top 3, our segment, top 3 near-death experiences or injuries.
Okay.
Do you feel ready to go, or do you want to go
I
last?
I don't know that I have 3.
That's
So-
kind of why, because we were talking about it. We have some decent stories, but I think you would be funny because you were very sheltered, I feel like.
Yeah, no, I've had a
Were you?
pretty privileged life. Yeah.
So that's why I'm expecting like one of your top 3 to be like paper cut. You know,
Okay.
like really painful.
Yeah. All right. I can. Let me go last.
So
but I can figure it out.
let me start, and you were there for this one.
I don't
So
remember.
top 3 near-death experiences / injuries, because like, I don't know that I have that many great ones either. I was very sheltered as a child as well.
Yeah.
But a couple years ago, probably like 4 years ago now, we went on a beach trip,
I
our
think I know where
fraternity,
you're going. Yeah.
and I had just picked up a little, and we were doing this race on the beach, right? So run to the water and back, and it was a race. And we're coming back, and I'm smoking him in the race. I'm not as fast as I once was now, as I was then, but I'm smoking him. And so I was, like, kind of being a dick and, like, pushing him and, like, looking backwards at him. And so as I'm turning around towards the end of the race, this guy, ironically, his name is R. Kelly, he comes
Wait
up
a second. Hold on.
with
Wait
one
a
of the-
second.
Yeah,
I have to
wait,
interrupt
yeah.
your story.
Time out.
You can't just say to a random world of people that we're speaking the internet to that you like some guy named R. Kelly.
Well, I just think.
And you
my
said
stories, like, it
ironically.
plays.
No, you said unironically.
Yeah,
right?
you just said his name is R. Kelly. I'm sorry.
Well,
to interrupt you.
ironically.
His name's Ryan.
Ironically, his.
I know, but
Oh,
you
Ryan
can't,
Kelly.
like-
Okay, so R. Kelly. Okay.
You just can't. You just can't out of nowhere be like my friend R. Kelly.
Okay.
These
Yeah.
days.
Anyways,
Yeah.
he hit me with the most clean form tackle the world has ever seen. It's on video, and it will be showed to like high schoolers or middle schoolers learning how to tackle. Like it should honestly be on YouTube, like how to tackle.
Yeah.
And he
It was really good
knocked
tackle.
the wind out of me. I like laid on the ground afterwards, just like
So you're folded. You
I
folded.
folded.
It is a good video if you haven't
hard.
seen it. Maybe maybe we'll tweet it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was horrible. I laugh at it now, but I mean, there's a chance I could have done.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Mont, you want to follow
One
that?
bad whiplash. Yeah, I'll start with the my golfing experience one time at have you ever played at Jefferson?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
On the the par 5 or hole 5?
The like 300-yard par 5.
Yeah. So my buddies and I were walking down the fairway on the right side, and my buddy Jake, shout out Jake Hughes. I don't know, you're probably not going to listen to this podcast, but I will.
Maybe
I'll
you'll send it to him.
Yeah, I'll send it to him. So
Nice.
just
Tell
specifically
me
this
then,
segment.
People like to hear
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
New listener number 1. Tell him to follow our Twitter.
I was going up towards my ball a little further up, and he was behind me, and I think he got like his, I don't know, it's like his 5-iron or something. And without me knowing, he went ahead and swung at his ball, and the ball whizzed like inches away from my head. Like,
That's spooky.
How far did he hit it? Is my question. If he hit it like 205, then he's kind of a bitch. You
Well-
would have been hurt, but you would have been fine. If he hit it 285,
yeah,
With
but
what, a 5-iron?
oh, he hit it with a 5-iron. I thought it was.
yeah, we were like halfway down the fairway, and we had to.
Oh, it wasn't from the tee box.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
No.
I don't
it's
understand
still bad.
how
I wouldn't want to
you're-
get hit with a golf
Yeah.
ball, but I kind of thought it was from the tee box, and it like, whoa.
Like, yeah. And it was going by so fast. It literally sounded like a bullet, like just whizzing by.
Jeez.
So that's my near death experience, or one of them.
It's funny how golf is just kind of one of those things. It's like a very leisure, casual activity, but like low key, like the holes a lot of times are like so close to one another. Like, I'm sure people have died on a golf course more than like some other sports.
Maybe not from getting hit with a ball, but like an old man gets like a heart attack.
I bet more people have died on a golf course than a basketball court.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would agree because the average age of a golfer is
I'm going to take this one step further because I'm going to take out dying of old age.
So you're just saying pure sport injury.
I'm going to say more people have gotten hit in the head with a golf ball and died than died on a basketball court.
Would you say it's higher than hockey?
I would still agree because
I would say hockey
drunk driving. I bet
more.
you there's more people that drive a car drunk, hit a tree, drive it somewhere like and die rather than somebody just breaks their leg.
I don't understand why you bring
There's so many like external factors. It's
drunk
a
driving
golf.
isn't a sport.
But it's part of the game. It's part of the game. It's part of the game of golf.
Oh yeah, I'm very much so including the fact that people have died while driving a car in golf. Golf might be up there with like football and rugby. I don't know how many people have died playing football and rugby, but
all right.
Look, those are the players. So what about like audience members?
Yeah, I bet people.
Yeah.
There's a really funny video. The person obviously didn't die because they barely got hit, but there's a really funny video. I wish I had it up to show you guys of this dude getting like dribbled with a golf ball. Like it was almost done rolling. It was like going 1 mile an hour, and it hits this dude in the ankle, and it was an old dude, and he fell over. Like very slowly fell over. It was very funny.
Jeez.
Like a couple weeks ago. All right, so I don't really have that many good ones for this. I didn't almost die, but I was working at a golf course in high school, and or maybe this was my freshman year of college, summer. But a kid that while I was working, it was the day before I was working. I wasn't actually on shift that day, but a kid that I worked with got shot in the back from the townhouses in the forest. What? And it was like this whole commotion. Turns out it was not like a. Originally, we all thought it was like a .22, like it was like a legit like pistol, or whatever. But it was like a really really high powered, like gun to kill animals. Whether like
an airsoft gun.
Yeah, but like it went lodged in his back. It went in. It's not like it hit him and bounced.
He went
off.
to the hospital.
So the story goes like this kid was like thought he got stung by like a bee or like bit by a bug and was like kind of like yelling like fuck in the middle of the driving range, like freaking out. And someone came over to him and like, what's going on, dude? And he's like, I don't know. I think I got stung by a bug or bit by a bug. And then the dude like turned around and looked at his back and was like, dude, like you have a hole in your shirt and in your back. So like nobody heard anything. And then kid went to the hospital. There's a pretty sick looking X-ray. Obviously, his kid's totally fine. He was like playing golf 2 days later. But we did nickname him David Bang Bang Rodriguez afterwards. Shout out to Dave. But yeah, there's like he went to the hospital, X-ray. Like it looks like a legit bullet. I'm not like that. No, I don't like go shooting that often. But like, there's an X-ray, like a legit bullet, just like in his back. So wow. I'm gonna count that.
All right.
Because I went to work the next day. They did not close anything
down.
I went to work.
I'm so
I went
proud
to work
of
at
you.
7 a.m. the next day,
so proud
and
of
I
you.
cleaned the balls off the driving range, just like David Bang Bang Rodriguez was doing the day he got shot in the back.
Oh my! God.
That's insane.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
This is like a pellet gun.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the right word for it. But it was powerful enough. It literally was like lodged, a couple of inches inside of him in his back. So it was like, in theory, could have killed him if it hit him in the right place. I would imagine.
Jeez.
Shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah, but yeah. So I guess I'm counting that.
All right.
That's like the only time I think I almost died. Not even that I almost died.
you were.
Could have been.
You were probably on hole like 16, like way far away.
And then I broke my arm once. My friend who was fat at the time. I'm not gonna call him fat now. He's like thick now. But when we were younger, my friend was fat. We were playing tackle soccer, believe it or not. And I was on the ground and he fell on me. and I tried to catch him while he was falling on me.
And he broke your arm?
And he fell on me so hard that it broke my arm while I tried to catch him.
Have I met this kid?
Yeah, he's my old roommate.
Oh my god.
Jeff.
Oh, yeah, Jeff's not fat now.
No, he's just like, now he's one of those kids who's like fat when he was growing up.
Does he
and then
listen to the
like,
podcast?
Sometimes. And I'll make sure he listens. But then he was fat growing up, and then he like, maybe got caught 1 or 2 fat jokes as a kid, and then started going to the gym every day, and now is just like incredibly strong and well built. That
Nice.
type of kid. Yeah. So I guess that's number 2.
What's
I'm gonna
it-
struggle for number 3.
What's it feel
You
like
got
to
time.
break your arm?
What does it feel like to break?
Because I've never broken a single bone in my life, knock on wood.
So I would say
Just
that
gonna change that later, right?
I
Let's get Ian
I
over
was
Yeah.
like 12. Didn't
12?
feel good, but I didn't go to the hospital for 3 days, or even the doctor. I just like lived with it, and then I was like, I don't think this is getting any better. So maybe I'm really tough. Maybe that's what that means.
I think that's what
Because
that
I
means.
didn't even get it checked out for like I think 3 days.
You must have a
Wow.
you must
Yeah.
have a pretty high pain tolerance.
I don't think so. I freak out when people try to pop my pimples.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I was tough that day.
Nice. Proud of you.
Thanks. All right, Mom, what do you got?
My second one would be when I was 12. I was either 11 or 12. We were playing Manhunt in our neighborhood, and the way my house is built is that it's got like a front deck as like the front like door or whatever. It's like you have to take steps to get up to the front door, and I climbed up it, and it's like pretty much like 2 stories tall, and just being an idiot kid, I jumped off it because I didn't want to get tagged in Manhunt, and realized my mistake halfway in the air, and yeah, I literally,
stories, so
I
40
literally,
feet?
I was a 12-year-old kid in midair. I was just like accepted death. Like
Wow.
I felt like
But
euphoric.
you never broke anything.
Never broke anything. My shoes flew off my feet and went up like 10 feet.
When you hit the ground?
When I hit the ground, yeah.
I want to know what that looks like.
I think Ian was there for that. You can ask him about that.
Did you have any injuries? Were you hurt, or did you just land?
I had some bruises on my ribs, but that was about it.
Nice.
That's
All
fine.
right.
I'm not obviously like it probably wasn't a near death experience, but it felt like
Yeah,
one.
so
12-year-old energy just saved
Yeah.
your life. You did that now?
Oh.
Broken bones for sure.
Oh yeah. I'm too old for that now.
12-year-olds are they're different beasts, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We don't have to talk about it in this podcast, but it's like the question. I think you guys might have actually talked about it. It's how many 12-year-olds you can.
Yeah, could you fight?
Yeah.
Right, and
We
everybody
really got
grossly
heated about that.
everybody grossly underestimated the amount of 12-year-olds they could beat up.
There's
I probably would.
the sheer numbers.
It would probably be like 10 for me, 15 maybe.
You guys are wrong. It's more.
More?
No, it's not.
I don't know, man. 12-year-olds are.
Until we
They're
go
ruthless.
To,
They play by no
elementary
game.
School and go fight some children.
Anybody got any siblings? Anybody got any 12-year-old siblings?
Oh my god. All right. My second near-death experience / injury. So this was in February. I was skiing in Colorado with my friends, and I had a flight to catch. So it was a 9 a.m. flight out of Denver, and I was driving out of Frisco, which is like 2 hours away. So it's like 5 a.m. All my friends are still like asleep. All my stuff was packed up in the car, so I like start driving the car to Denver to catch my flight. Well, it just happened that it hadn't snowed in Colorado. Like, they were at a severe drought of snow
Yeah.
up till that point. Well, then it had snowed when we got there,
Mhm.
and it was like a snowstorm the day I'm leaving, right? So I put the car in 4-wheel drive, and I just start driving. And, like, the drive sucks at the beginning, but, like, it's manageable. Then, all of a sudden, it's just pouring snow, and it's now to the point where I'm driving along, like, the edges of mountains to where if I go over the side, you know, my car is just tumbling and I'm dying, right? I can no longer see the sides. I can't even see the other side of the road, right? I can't see the car in front of me. I am, like, getting as close as possible to just barely see their lights. There's no lines on the road. My, like, thing is fogging up because I'm sweating. I am, like, sweating, thinking, like, there's a chance I might die here. So, like, I'm, like, creaking through the one side of the window that's not fogged up. I can't see in front of me. I can't see behind me. Can't see to the sides. And I'm just, like, I just have to either push forward or pull over. But then if I pull over, somebody's going to hit me because they can't see me. Or my car gets stuck. Or then I'm going to miss my flight. Like, it was the most... I will never live in Colorado. Even though I was just there 2 weeks ago. And it's beautiful in the summer. I'll never live there because I don't ever want to drive in the snow again. Never. So that's my second near-death experience. Third one, this one was this was more traumatizing than that because of, like, how it turned out. So I was playing in, like, I don't know if we were in middle school or in high school, rec basketball league, right? And it just happens that I'm playing against our team MEEF officers team. Right, so it's my team versus Sorkin's team. And I'm playing defense in the post. And for those of you who've never met Sorkin, he's like 6'2", probably like 170, just lanky.
Yeah, really
lanky ass motherfucker. So he's like driving into the lane, grabbing the ball, like just flailing his arms everywhere. Somehow, when he's doing a layup, drives his elbow onto the bridge of my nose. Breaks my nose, right?
Wow.
So he breaks my nose, goes up for a layup, makes the layup.
Nice.
Right?
Is it and one?
It was an and one. Ref called it against me. I'm fucking crying my eyes out. My nose is bleeding. I go to the hospital to get my nose checked out, and I'm just like looking at the ref like, how is the foul on me? What did my nose do to his elbow that caused the foul? And I don't know who won the game. Like, I don't even remember, but I was just so traumatized that ref fucking called a foul on me when my nose got broken.
Wait, so Sork broke your nose,
He broke my nose.
and he didn't yell "and one" after he did it?
He didn't need to. The ref already called the foul.
He didn't break your nose. It just
third or fourth foul in the game. No, he didn't even need to.
Damn, that's a missed opportunity.
So-
Sorkin, that's a really good meme. This is really good meme material. That story.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, nice. That's
it for
funny.
me.
That's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Those are my three.
Did you have any more, Lon?
The only other, I guess, near-death experience is I was ripsticking with my cousins in my neighborhood. We went down. We bombed a hill. Wasn't wearing a helmet like an idiot as usual, and slipped and hit the back of my
Speed
head
wobbles?
on the hit the back of my head on the concrete.
On the
yeah,
concrete, huh?
yeah,
I've never been a big action sports
This
guy.
makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes we'll have conversations and you just forget things.
I'm a little screwy, and I think after that day, it's just like some loose bolts up there.
You know what the ripstick just made me think of?
What?
What was the scooter? Maybe it was called the Power Glide, where you put your legs like
Oh,
this.
yeah.
And there's
I
like
know
a triangle
exactly
and
what
you
you're
went
talking
side
about.
to
Yeah.
You rotate your hips or something like that.
Like,
yeah.
I never knew anyone that had those, but when you saw a kid going down the street with one, you're like, I want to be his friend. I want to ride that.
That kid fucks.
Yeah, for sure.
Big action sports guy.
No, I just I think it was just like the
Just a
crowd.
one-time thing. It was just
Yeah,
what everyone was doing.
just the crowd I hung out with. We just always did some like stupid shit.
All right.
So
All right. Well, I guess I'm last. The only other one I can really think of off the top of my head is I drove a golf cart to a tree while I was working one time. I didn't get fired.
Why?
I was trying to dodge a golf ball that was coming at me.
Did you need to dodge it?
So
Or did they
it was
have
that
you
was
need
like
to
the
dodge
big
it?
that was the big point of discussion with my boss was like, why didn't you just move your head? Which like is a super fair point. But what I tried to explain to him, I was driving right next to the driving range because I had to do it for my job.
Yeah.
So then what I tried to explain to him was like, yeah, duh, I would have just moved my head if I like was thinking rationally. But I saw a golf ball at the corner of my eye flying at me, so I did a quick like skirt of the wheel right into a tree.
How badly
It was very embarrassing.
Did you mess up the
So
car?
it was very embarrassing because it was right in front of the driving range. The wheel flew off into 10 fairway. I got like ejected from the car. I like
oh my
You went through the
god.
glass?
no, so I got
Like James
kind
Bond?
of ejected out of the side. But like I like flew forward, like I like flew onto my stomach
Yeah.
into the range. I like luckily didn't fly into a tree. So I guess that kind of was near that experience, but that was really embarrassing. It was like a month before I've been working at this place for like 4 years. It was like my first day, so I was like a month away from never working there again. So honestly, that might have been why they didn't fire me, because like they knew I was like about to go back to college.
That's so.
But that
funny.
was big time embarrassing. That was a bummer.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's it.
Wow.
That was fun. I don't know. It was a little somber maybe, but mostly fun.
No, yeah.
I feel okay.
That's good.
I don't feel
that's
that
good.
sad.
That was a good near-death experience.
None of those were that sad. Most of them were kind of fun. Okay. All right. So that's our segment, right? We don't have any other segments. We're not going to do.
No, I think that's.
We're
this is
retiring the
probably
top
pretty
3
long.
favorite things that are a
This
color.
is over 30, 40 minutes now.
Okay. All right. Let's news.
Yeah, what's the news?
Yeah. let's do
News?
some news.
Okay. So we're going to talk some sports now. Some sports and some news.
And then we're gonna do questions.
Yeah, we didn't forget
Fan
about
questions
you
afterwards, so
fans out there.
Even if you hate the sports, maybe just skip through this section.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the questions at the end. So stick with us. We're gonna give as many people a chance to ask questions as we can. Okay, so I guess Euros first. We haven't talked in a while, so
Crazy.
So there's like some stuff that's
Crazy
gone on
game.
since our last podcast. But Euros. So yeah, Nock, what do you want to have to say about that?
As a PK specialist, right?
Yeah.
So my credentials as far as
Is
soccer
that
goes-
is that
So-
right? Are you a PK
So
specialist?
yeah, and people will vouch for this that played soccer with me, right? I was all state right bench,
Nice.
right? So I didn't make the state team. I didn't even play on my own team because I had beef with my coach. I'll put that on. I had beef with my coach,
I have.
but
heard you
also
say
I
that.
wasn't good. But I will say
I've seen you run.
that I am the greatest PK taker that's ever. No one has ever been a better PK taker
In general.
on any of my soccer teams
Okay.
my entire life.
Then
I was
you?
The
waiting
only
for you
person
to-
that came close was my goalie.
I
Ironically,
was waiting for you to define the group of people that you know.
no. So I played on a state Final Four championship travel soccer team. The goalie was also really good at PKs for some reason. He's the only other person that's been as close to being as good as me at PKs. But I was never good enough to be on the field to take the PKs, unfortunately. But in practice, I was the best PK taker of all time. So
Okay, I believe
it was
you.
just shocking that not only did so many people miss, but whenever somebody does like the little like slow run up or they like stop, like you completely lose all your
Lose, yeah.
momentum. The goalie can like sit there and they're professionals. They can react to where you take your step.
Yeah.
So you're automatically screwed. Like they're gonna guess the right way. So you have to hit it perfect, and then they never do because they don't have the speed.
England.
So just the
England
fact
did that
that
twice,
England
right?
did that, they did
I
it
think
twice.
missed
They
3,
did it
right?
twice.
They missed 3, but 2
The
guys
twice with
did
the stutter
slow.
step.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they're listening, so they can.
Sancho?
They can do better
Yeah.
next time.
Sancho and
Yeah, what are their
boys?
names? Sancho and
Rashford did
Racco? No,
I don't remember.
yeah, I don't remember his name.
Do you guys? Are you a soccer fan, Mont? Or I enjoyed watching the Euros, but I'm not that knowledgeable about it.
I don't keep up with a lot of soccer.
Okay. Same. So for a casual fan, I'll ask you and then you next. Do you think that PKs... Alright, so like in FIFA, you could pick like traditional overtime, golden goal, or going straight to PKs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I've always thought that soccer should be decided by golden goal.
Oh
I
yeah.
think that would be a much better way
It's
to
like
decide a game that's very important.
I agree.
it's like
Yeah.
overtime in football, right?
Or
Like
I
the first
think-
person
yeah.
scores, like
Yeah,
just wins,
right.
right?
Football is an interesting discussion, though. I think football. I like the college rules better, but that's beside the point. But
What's college rule again?
like, they both get a chance.
Oh
Because
right,
football is a little different. Soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer
that is true.
But I don't know. I've always thought it was interesting and kind of weird that soccer games get decided by PKs.
I think 30. Well, I do love PKs. The
They're
drama.
exciting, obviously.
The drama is awesome. But I think instead of just regular 30 minutes, we're going to play it regardless. It should be golden goal
Mhm.
because that's exciting.
Oh, yeah,
And
for
then
sure.
if nobody scores, then put it to PKs.
I guess it just feels like I feel like it's. I just think it's weird that like those like soccer's like an incredibly difficult sport, and they're doing it through overtime 120 minutes, and then it gets decided in 1 minute on like
No,
five
but
people kicking
the
a soccer
strategy
ball.
of it, like
I
the
know it's
reason England's
exciting and really
manager
hard,
is going to get
obviously.
fired is because that guy subbed on 2 guys with 1 minute left.
Kick.
Two
Just
kick
kick.
and they both
Yeah.
miss. So that guy's going to lose his job. because he just cost him the Euro.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I had a lot of fun watching. I'm not saying I didn't. It was very cool. It just like if I was playing, I think if I was like a soccer player, I feel like I'd be like, what the fuck? We just did all this to do PKs. I don't know. Anyway, any other soccer stuff?
No. I think that's it's crazy final.
Go Italia. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, you Italian?
My dad is. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Happy for him.
And then, all right, you want to go to UFC?
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, so, Mont, did you watch? No, I know you did. Did you watch, Mont?
The McGregor fight?
We talked about
it
already.
Literally right after the fight, Ian and I fought each other.
They got inspired.
Yeah. That was, so, it was fun. It was a fun card. I had fun watching the card as a whole. Love watching Greg Hardy get knocked out. The main card, I was really excited. I love McGregor. I know that like some people hate him. If you're like a big UFC fan, but I think he's so fun. I was pretty disappointed with how it ended, obviously. But do you guys think it will set up for like a don't you guys think it kind of sets up really nicely for them to organically have another fight? Like it makes sense for the UFC to put another McGregor Poirier fight on.
Well, so it depends, right? Because Poirier now gets the title shot. So he's going to fight the guy, which is good because McGregor has to heal.
He needs at least
to heal and then be able to fight. So, I mean, it depends. If Poirier wins the title shot, then they wouldn't match him up against McGregor because McGregor would have to fight somebody else to, like, earn it. But if he loses, then I think it sets up for a good fight.
Yeah. Mom, what did you think of the fight? The whole night, what did you think of the whole fight card?
I to be honest, I'm not really sure how I felt about it because, first of all, when McGregor broke his foot, or whatever happened, I was just so confused at just like what happened.
Yeah, because you couldn't see it right away, but you could kind of tell something was wrong with the way he just like went down and was sitting down.
Yeah,
but, I didn't know what was wrong.
Yeah, but also I think we talked about this yesterday. Is that actually I was talking about this with Joey. Is that once McGregor starts putting people into chokeholds and trying like to do submissions, that's when you know he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Because he's such like he's a striker, right? So like, I knew something was wrong, and then.
And he had him until Poirier did the toes thing.
Yeah.
Toes on the fence.
Yeah.
Well, right. Yeah, he fucking cheated. I was trying to talk to my friends about that, about Poirier was cheating, and they're like,
I mean, I'm not upset. I won my bet, so.
Well, all right. So. Also, there's that whole narrative, like, out there about how, McGregor broke his leg or whatever, but Poirier was gonna win that fight anyway. Yeah. I get that Poirier won the round. I'm not an idiot, but, like, McGregor was fine. McGregor was not hurt. I mean, maybe a couple punches hurt him, but, like, he was gonna come back out in the second round, like, pretty much good as new, I thought. Down around.
I was scared. I bet Poirier, and I was scared after the first round.
Right. Like, I think the whole narrative that Poirier was obviously going to win the fight is kind of stupid. He won the first round, but it wasn't like McGregor was almost dead.
It's just kind of funny though that like McGregor took Poirier's whole strategy from the last fight where he did the whole leg kicks thing,
that's funny.
but he ends up breaking his own ankle. Yeah. Like doing the leg kicks.
And how about the dude?
The first guy who just got walloped. In the face by O'Malley.
Yeah.
I didn't watch
that fight was awesome because that guy would not go down. I bet the over on the fight.
Oh, really?
The over was 1.5 rounds.
Yeah, they definitely hit.
And it hit, and I was so proud of that man. That's because he just I felt bad when they called it.
Matinho.
Yeah,
I didn't watch that fight. What was the
debatably my favorite one of the fight?
Really?
Well, so it's O'Malley who's like an up and the UFC's trying to make him like a superstar, even though
he's like 14-1 or 15-1.
Yeah, he has a loss that wasn't very good, but they're trying to make him a superstar. He has colored hair. I don't know. He's like fun.
Oh, is he the really skinny small dude?
But they brought up the guy who's supposed to fight had to withdraw or whatever. So they brought in this guy who's never had a UFC fight before, and the dude it was so electric because O'Malley had the second most, I don't know the exact term, but he connected on the second most punches or shots ever.
I'm a moron. I saw this on Twitter. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, he had like 300 connecting.
Right.
Hits.
So you know how this
he
was,
said afterwards his hands hurt because he hit him in the face so many times.
You know how this was like unanimously like a really fun fight? Like, everybody agreed. I was watching with my friend who's like a huge UFC guy. So he's like the type of UFC guy who like hates Conor McGregor because like he respects the sport.
Yeah.
He doesn't care
Oh
about
my
the spectacle. Shout out to MMA Betting Wizard. He follows.
That's him?
Yeah.
I've
my
always
guy-
wondered
my
who
guy,
that
MMA
is.
Betting Wizard. But he hated the fight because we're all like getting hyped because it was pretty fun, and he's sitting there like, move your head, dude, get your head out of the center line. Well, like throwing out all these terms, and all the rest of it's like, shut up, dude, this is fun. So that was electric.
This was probably my favorite fighting card I think I've ever seen. Like Greg Hardy getting stomped was awesome by the fat guy.
I haven't seen a woman knock out in a while.
Yeah.
That woman was pretty impressive. Irene.
And then the last fight with Steven and Brian Burns, that one was good. There was one fight where a guy tried a backflip.
Yeah,
he
that
tried
was
a
sick.
backflip knockout. Didn't work, but it still looked cool.
He like kind of connected. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was sick. Yeah, it was a good fight.
Great
It was
round.
fun. UFC's fun, man. When you get
I
a good
won
fight.
every bet. I bet every single round. So I lost a ton of money betting League of Legends.
Okay.
And then I needed a miracle. I got my miracle.
yeah.
I won 5 straight bets, won it all back.
I think it's just hilarious to me that you bet on League of Legends.
Yeah.
Well, it's hilarious because I bet it and then I suck betting it.
You play it, right?
Yeah, not well, but yeah.
So you should have some sort of like insight on like.
You would think, but apparently I don't. But I know some stuff about UFC. I've gotten in a couple fights in my day, so.
Yeah, maybe you should start training for the
I'll teach you, Mont.
The Webb Street presents Mont versus Ian.
Winner gets technical rights.
What's
to the podcast.
Now, I obviously we don't condone it shouting out other podcasts, but what is what's Barstool's thing called again?
Rough and Rowdy.
Rough and Rowdy,
Rowdy.
yeah. So it's like Webb Street's version of Rough and Rowdy.
Right.
Yeah,
Except
that'd be
we
funny.
don't acknowledge competing.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Even though you want to get Glenny balls in the podcast.
Yeah, I sent many balls in email. He didn't respond.
Of
I
course
just said sup, man. That's all I said.
We should try and
Wait,
get
you sent him an
beers.
email that just said "sup, man"?
Yep, sup, man.
Interesting.
What else do we want to talk about? What time is it?
Let's do NBA. Let's talk NBA.
Okay.
It's middle of the playoffs. So depending on when we release this, so we're recording Friday,
I
2
want
to
to
2.
look up the lines. Can I bet?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sure
Seven,
there's a
game
lineup.
7,
2 to 2. I'm a Suns fan, as some of you may know. So the last
You're a
night,
Suns fan?
Yeah. Last night was brutal. I
He
mean,
picked
Well, yeah.
4 random teams for his favorite 4
Wait,
major
well,
sports.
why are you a Suns fan?
when I was growing up, I thought that because Steve Nash was in the NBA, I also would be in the NBA someday. So I was just a big Steve Nash fan.
Okay.
And I stuck with Suns.
Okay.
So last night was brutal. Chris Paul played the worst game I've ever seen him play. But at least it's a series. I don't know. I love the NBA.
Suns in 7 is plus 190.
Really? That's because they're gonna win in 6. No. Mom, are you an NBA guy?
No.
Not really.
I
Not
think
even a little bit.
no. I think
hate it.
look. I'm like a diehard Philly fan.
Okay.
I don't like the Sixers. Even when they're fucking shit up, like they're just like knocking teams
Is it
left and right.
about the people that are on the Sixers, or you just hate the NBA?
I just don't like the NBA.
Okay.
I'm
There's
not
a lot of people that don't like.
Yeah,
the NBA.
I'm not a big basketball fan, and obviously it's like subjective, but I think the NBA is a joke. Like,
yeah.
I think it's a joke. So I can't take it seriously.
Do you hate basketball or do you hate the NBA?
I love playing basketball.
Do you hate watching?
I hate watching
What
it.
about college basketball?
Tournament. I'll watch tournament.
Okay. I'm always curious because there's half the people that hate the NBA, like half of them just think basketball sucks, and then half of them think the NBA is soft. College is cool.
Don't get me wrong. I actually love playing basketball. I mean, whenever we went to Luria, like I always showed up.
Yeah.
Just playing hoop with the boys.
I don't know.
The
Do you have
NBA
any
is
thoughts
tough.
on the
The NBA
league?
is tough.
On the
I
finals?
love the playoffs, and I love like sitting around watching like a night game. But I'm not like a fan really. Outside of like I like the Wizards because we live here
Mhm.
and playing good games, but I'm not like a diehard fan.
Okay.
And the regular season is like unwatchable unless you do like fantasy or like FanDuel.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is slowly turning into an anti-NBA episode.
But I love
it.
talking.
I want the
about it
Suns
as a
to win
whole.
though.
I
That's
love like it's one of my
Nice.
favorites.
And the only reason why is because when I was a kid, when we played basketball, everyone thought I looked like a young Steve Nash. That's the only reason why. Yeah.
That's
Idol?
Steve.
Yeah, because I had my hair like I had a mullet pretty much
Oh, that's
back
fun.
when I was a kid. So
I would have seeked you out to be my friend.
Oh, okay.
Probably in that case.
Yeah. Just because I think it was just because of peer pressure. All my friends like the NBA. I kind of just like chose a team at random with the NBA, and I chose the Memphis Grizzlies.
Nice.
And
Nice.
with like Rudy Gay on like way back in like
Mayo.
yeah. AJ Mayo.
That squad was
Grizzlies back
beast.
then
Mark
were actually pretty
Gasol.
cool.
Yeah.
That squad was good. Mike Conley.
I don't follow them as much anymore, obviously, but
Yeah, no. John Morant. Honestly, I liked John Morant until his PMT episode.
Why? I didn't listen. Was it bad?
He just
I heard it was good.
not funny.
Really? I heard he was
Like,
good on it.
No, he sucked.
Oh, really? I didn't listen.
I mean, listen to it.
Did he
but I
not
didn't
take it
think he was-
seriously?
No, like he did. He just was not like.
Did
he
it
wasn't
sound like he was
funny
forced
or
to be
cool.
there?
I mean, it definitely sounded like he was just there to promote whatever he was promoting.
Okay. Yeah, those are the worst when that happens. But, whatever.
Like, so they did him, and then they did Andre Drummond the next episode.
And he
Drummond
was, good, right?
awesome.
Drummond's a weird dude, but
Drummond
he's very
was
funny
awesome.
whenever I've heard him talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see he's selling merch. Do you know Andre Drummond? Mark?
Nope.
He's this guy who's
Kareem
he's like a
Abdul
7
Drummond
foot,
or something?
He's a 7-footer. He's big, and he's like kind of like. At one time he was good, and now he like pretty obviously he kind of sucks.
Mm.
And you know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yeah.
He like just dropped merch that just says Kareem Abdul-Drummond. And it's this dude in the NBA that just like kind of sucks now. I thought it was very
like that's got to be like against some sort of like trademark or
Yeah.
like copyright infringement, right?
Well,
like you
so-
can't just use
so
someone
he's like
else's.
a weird dude, but I think he like probably understands that it's funny.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm giving
Well,
you
so
the
do you
benefit
watch
of the doubt.
Dave?
Do I watch who's the show Dave
Yeah.
with
Lil
Dicky?
Dicky? Yeah, so
I've
Kareem
watched it.
Abdul-Jabbar is in it, and
Oh, really?
like Lil Dicky makes a song about him, and like
I
they
haven't seen
break
that
his
episode.
leg in it. Like it's like hilarious. Like of all the people, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So I think he like gets it. I think he's hip.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Okay, that's enough NBA then.
Yeah.
Quick golf. British Open's going on right now. Come on, do you like golf?
I
Do you
do.
hate all sports?
No.
You've been playing a lot recently.
I play a lot of golf. I don't watch it as much.
That's fair.
Every
I
time
get it.
I'm like at a bar and I see it on TV, I'll always
Like,
like
that's-
my eyes are glued. But
Sure.
I play it all the time. I've been playing like at least twice a week now. So
Oh wow, good.
yeah.
So I just wanted to talk about Bryson and
Oh my
Brooks again.
God.
Have you
Oh
guys
my
you
God.
seen what's
It's
happened this week?
It's unbelievable. I love
You
the
guys
drama.
seen some of the stuff that's happened this week?
Yeah.
What happened today?
Where Brooks was tweeting and he's like, "I love my driver."
And like he like said in an interview too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for we talked about Brooks and Bryson a lot.
Well, there's been a lot of drama recently.
Brooks is so
Petty.
petty.
I
but,
love
like,
it.
He's so good at picking on Bryson. He's so good at bullying Bryson. And also, like, how many groups of people have to start hating Bryson before it's just, like, very obvious that the dude's the worst? Like, his caddy hates him. His peers hate him. The fans hate him.
Now
his sponsor hates him.
sponsor hates him.
I pretty soon, I'm sure there'll be an Aaron Rodgers story where his parents hate him, right? Pretty soon. So, that's been fun. And then I will also announce for the second major in a row, I have Morikawa. So he wasn't first all week.
Me too.
But,
Let's go.
but
I mean, he's in second. He's
now.
only 2 streaks
Yeah,
back.
Louis says if Louis wins this week, I'm gonna
Who
throw
else?
him off a cliff.
Wow, Rom had a good day. Who else do you have?
Webb and Fleetwood, who are not doing as well.
So I will say, so for the British guys, I have Paul Casey to be the best British
Nice.
guy, and he's the second highest right now. He's 1 stroke back. And then the other one that I have that's kind of good is Schauffele, Xander Schauffele, but he's against Justin Thomas, who also sucks.
Are you
so
on
they're
any,
both like,
are you on
it's
any
close.
outright winners, or are they all like
No,
three ball bets? Oh,
because
okay.
I'm not good at that.
Oh,
I
I
don't.
have outright. I have more call outright. See,
Yeah,
I
you're
only
better
do.
at that.
I
I don't
only do
know.
outright. Betting on golf majors is really fun because if you get a guy that's in the mix on a Sunday, it's pretty
Well,
awesome.
so what
'cause
are
you're
your
gonna win a
odds?
shit ton
What are
of
your
money.
odds? Like 1,200?
It's like it was 3,300. 10 to win 330. I'm pretty sure.
How
from
does
Morikawa.
how does betting on golf even work?
You can
tough.
bet who's gonna win. You can bet like top 5, top 10 make the cut.
So
but you can
it's-
also bet like
The side stuff. That's what I do.
Yeah, they can do like Morikawa versus Justin Thomas, and you can bet which one you think's gonna have a better.
So you bet pairing. So like I have a pairing. I have a threesome. So it's like it's a little
Man,
bit better
you've been
odds
having a lot of
because it's
threesomes
3.
these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
That's pretty cool.
I did the top British player because I was like, okay, like I can figure this out. Who's gonna be the best British guy?
Okay, nice. Yeah, betting golf can be fun. You should bet on the next major.
You would like it. It's definitely fun.
See,
There's
like
something
I
about
have
it.
I have
on
very
Wednesday.
little experience with gambling in general, that except for like poker.
William
but like
Hill, they had a promo.
Yeah.
I like Keller tried to teach me the ropes, but I feel like Keller works so fast that I can't keep up. So I need someone to like teach me like how to run FanDuel.
Let me get you
basically
on the phone with my dad. He's the least fun gambler I've ever met in my life, but he has maximized the books, like using all of them. He's made $3,000.
Yeah.
Really?
He's taken it to Vegas, and
Is
when
he
my parents-
arbitraging?
Yeah,
He's
he
arbitraging?
arbitrages every. It's not fun.
Logan and
It's
Logan
so
and T.
not
Harden
fun.
have created a group message with me to send me arbitrages, and I'm kind of addicted to it now. But it's so not fun.
It's
like I hate
it.
it.
Sucks all of the fun out of
hate
sports
it,
gambling.
but like it's addicting to like be like, oh, I guaranteed win $20. Okay.
No, it's never even $20.
That was a dramatic.
It's always like
example.
$6
Yeah,
at a time.
that was a dramatic example.
I had to get cash today for my haircut. I have Bank of America. I went to the Capital One ATM, spent $3 getting cash because I was like, fuck it. I'd rather just get the cash right here than go out of my way to go save $3.
What's the biggest parlay you guys have hit?
I won $400, $500 in college. You remember that one?
Yeah, I do remember when you won that. I haven't really
What?
hit a
How
huge
big
one.
of a parlay was it?
So it was 4-team. It was a 4-team parlay. I put 25 down to win 500, but it was like stupid. I had bet on the Lions. I bet on the Chargers, and I won this Chargers bet because Younghoe Koo missed like the easiest field goal of all time, and it like started his downward spiral to then only like bring him up to be
When
the
was
best
it?
kicker.
Wait, when was this?
This was junior year of college, so 4 years ago.
And it was the Chargers Atlanta game?
No, this was Chargers versus someone else. I can't remember.
Because isn't Younghoe Koo?
He's on the Falcons.
He's on the
now.
Falcons
So this
now.
was
Yeah.
this was at the beginning of his career.
Oh, okay.
They had just scooped him up.
Okay.
I can't remember who was their kicker before that. Maybe it was Badgley, or after.
Interesting.
But yeah, it was stupid.
Four-way parlay for 500, huh?
Do we have anything else? Name, image, likeness. You want to
name,
shout
image,
out
and likeness,
our athlete?
So, if we ever, so I think this is funny. One of my friends is a 6th-year Division III soccer player, for like a variety of reasons that I won't divulge for him onto the internet. But he is a 6th-year soccer player, and with the NIL and all that, I like kind of jokingly, I saw him the other week, and I kind of jokingly went up to him like, hey, like, should we sponsor you as our like first Webb Street podcast official athlete? And he was like, dude, if you send me a T-shirt, I will post that all over the internet and tell all of my teammates. And I was like, okay. And he like couldn't guarantee this, but one of his friends on his soccer team has like 2 million TikTok followers. And I was like, and he was like, yeah, he's like kind of my boy. I'll see if he'll wear the T-shirt on one of his TikToks.
Do you bring this up as a joke now? Keller made shirts for like our fraternity. We could definitely ask him.
Keller to make us a T-shirt.
Yeah, we'll give you $10.
Okay,
if
maybe
you
we'll
can
have
make us,
Keller
like,
make
a
us
cool looking
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
Yeah, so we may have a Web Street podcast sponsored athlete, Division III, 6th-year defenseman with ponytail.
Is he gonna play?
Cool look.
That's what we need. Is we need.
Who's he play for?
We need some FaceTime.
plays for
Oh,
Christian
CNU.
Newport.
Hey.
I don't know if he's going to get playing time, to be honest. I think so.
Okay.
Connor, are you gonna play?
But wouldn't
this
that
year?
even be better? Like, let's say if he doesn't
Yeah,
get played.
if you get to, what if you got to wear?
Because
it
then
while
he
on
can
the
wear
bench?
the shirt. On
Yeah,
on the bench.
yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do that, and then but like his boy, like, he's getting sponsored by like big companies on TikTok
That's
with
sick.
like the NIL and stuff. So, but yeah, I think I don't think it would ever like actually lead to anything, but it'd be funny if we gave him a T-shirt. So maybe
Yeah,
we'll do
for
that.
sure.
But yeah, the NIL, we talked about the NIL as a thing last time, but that's all I wanted to say about the NIL really. That's
that
it for
it?
like big time sports news. I have a couple like.
Oh, fan questions. We gotta do that.
Well, I
when
also
we
have like
wrap
a
up the
couple like
podcast.
fun, quick news stories. Do you want to do those
Sure.
really quick?
I'm thinking with the music playing, it's probably time for us to
Yeah,
start cutting it down.
we'll be quick here. Tom Brady came out. It came out that Tom Brady played last
Tom
season.
Brady came out.
That was funny how I started it.
Yeah.
It came out that Tom Brady played last season on a torn MCL. Why do you think he decided to spread that rumor, spread that fake rumor of himself?
That he
tore his
MCL.
That's obviously not true.
Why did he do
He
it?
didn't play on a torn MCL.
Are you asking us why did he do it?
Why? He
Why do you
doesn't
think
do
he
a
spread
lot
a
of
fake
running.
rumor?
Just to screw with the competition,
Did not.
maybe?
He did
Yeah,
not.
I think it's to get in people's heads.
He didn't
Yeah.
play. Yeah, okay, that could be the answer, but he did not play last season on a torn MCL. No fucking shot. Dude, 40. 40-year-olds just don't play on a torn MCL. They spit.
Philip Rivers
Maybe.
tore his ACL in a playoff game.
Alshon,
Played the entire game.
Was it
ACL and his MCL.
Alshon Jeffrey? I think he tore his ACL and broke a finger during the Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Dude,
I believe Alshon.
Greg Jennings broke his leg, scored a 99-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about
Against
that, but I
Darren
know he
Sharper,
tore
the
and broke
Hornets
something.
beat
I don't
Okay.
and played on
Maybe
it during the Super Bowl.
Mark will stat.
Yeah,
check
Mark will fact check me.
But I don't know. I mean, I think obviously that's not true.
I think it's true.
I know Tom Brady's your boy. I actually like Tom Brady.
I have his jersey.
Okay, I have a fun question that I heard recently. It's a very random question. How many people do you guys think you know?
Like,
And by know I mean if you saw them, you would both be like, oh hey, name. How many people do you guys think you know?
that's a
I
good
mean, I have
question.
800 followers on Instagram. 900.
Do you think that
at least 1,000.
all 900 of your Instagram followers? Do you have 900? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You have all 900 of your
least
Instagram
Does this
followers?
include
people. I know
family
at
and
least
friends,
a-
or
Yeah, people. How many people do you know? I have no idea even how to ballpark. When I
Yeah.
heard that question, I had no idea even where to begin.
I would go off my Facebook friends.
I would say 1,200 probably.
That's probably a good estimate.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less than
thousands.
that. Maybe honestly ballpark it between a 50-person margin between on 1,000. So
But, you have to
950
think
to
about,
1,000.
How many
Yeah.
people did you go to? How many people were in your graduating class of high school?
My graduating class was 420 something.
Right. Let's say you know 90%. Just first name, maybe you don't know, or first
Yeah.
and last name. You don't
I
know
definitely
that
didn't
well,
know
but,
90% of
You
them.
know their names, but you have to think elementary school, middle school, high school, college,
Yeah.
then work. You meet so many people that you then will never see again for your entire life. But if you did see them, you would know their
I ran into someone at ballroom from middle school.
And you were saying.
And I said,
name?
I was like, hey,
Okay,
it's
so
Sarah
maybe
Robinson.
It might
Yeah, I
be
was like, hey.
1,500.
It's also weird,
Might
right?
be.
You also don't say hi.
Yeah.
Weird. It's gonna be a weird interaction.
So I'll take that out. That's not in consideration.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's gotta be so many people out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think 1,500. I think that's safe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Whoa.
that's. Yeah, see
I'm
that?
sticking with my 12.
Thing is,
I'm not that cool.
I have one more year on this earth than you, so
that's true.
maybe that has something to do with it. All right, yeah, I thought that was a fun question.
Yeah, that was a fun question.
Okay, I have a couple more. USA basketball. Did you see who they signed today?
Yeah, so bad.
I heard-
Crazy.
JaVale.
No.
So I was talking to my barber about this.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Okay, so really quick before you tell me what you're about to say, Mont. So Kevin Love and Bradley Beal are out of the Olympics. Now,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
And they signed, and so they had to replace him. And there's a lot of good players out there that were very vocally wanted to play on the team.
Yeah.
People who were on the All-Star team, and they signed JaVale McGee and Keldon Johnson, which
never
I
heard
think
of
is more
Keldon
interesting
Johnson.
than JaVale. JaVale's like a joke.
For the record, I haven't heard either of those names
You
before.
would probably
so-
You would know
recognize
JaVale.
I'm sure, if I saw a picture of them or saw them playing, I'd be like, oh, okay, actually, never mind. But all I've heard is
Johnson, I'd never heard.
that I saw this thing on Twitter.
Yeah, that's the most random one ever. But JaVale kind of makes sense, but it just geeks because he's like.
Who do they play for?
I don't even. Keldon Johnson plays for Spurs. I couldn't tell you where JaVale plays now.
The
That's how
Lakers?
irrelevant he was.
Was he
No,
on
maybe Denver, but I don't know.
I heard the U.S. basketball team's struggling in terms
Yeah,
of
me
the refs and
Yeah,
everything.
which is pretty. I wonder if that'll cause the NBA to change a little bit about how they call games. I think it should.
Well, it's just funny because I think the skill gap. You remember the Dream Team, right? With LeBron, Kobe, is it Dwight Howard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Dream Team back in 2008, like, I think the skill gap is just so wide, like, between the team now than it was back then.
There's so many good international players now that
Right.
were not
Yeah.
there back then.
Yeah, like more countries are playing basketball, which
Luka
like
is
is good.
debatably a top like 3 to 5 player in the league. Like you could debate that.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
he's not from our country.
And I think which is another reason why I think the NBA is a joke, is that I think a lot of these NBA players, when they go to the international league, like, they're so used to the NBA refs and like
We're also
certain
missing-
calls, or maybe not the refs, but they know how to play the refs.
We're missing
Right.
some of our really good players too.
Yeah, I agree. This was like would have been the classic LeBron, like let me come in and save
I know. I think
save everything.
like I'm honestly surprised like if he wasn't hurt or like Space Jam was coming out like
It'd be a great promotion for Space Jam. You just make a bunch of fucking jokes about the Monstars.
yeah.
You call Luka a Monstar.
Think
I mean,
about
yeah.
plus like all the Michael Jordan debates too. If he just
Yeah.
came on, changed the national team and they won.
Right, I actually cannot believe he hasn't done it.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. But yeah, the JaVale
Monstars.
like almost makes sense because he's tall, but it just like is very funny because everybody like thinks of him as a joke.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought that was worth talking about. And then
72 minutes.
we're at 72 minutes.
Is that real? Wow.
All right,
12 minutes.
let's get to
Hour, 12
questions. I was
minutes?
going to talk about.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sweeney. Your work setup was cool today. He tweeted about it. He's working from the
Yeah.
bed of his truck,
Yeah.
With a
and he's
beer.
got a tent over it.
and he had a Miller Lite. Should have been a Topo Chico. All right, so that's it for news. I had a couple more things. Maybe we'll do it next week. But okay, so listener questions. I think this will be fun. Maybe we'll do it all the time.
Yeah.
All right, so let's have Mont read the listener questions.
Oh,
What do you
God.
say?
You have to read the Twitter handle.
Yeah,
too.
so read the Twitter handle, and then Nock and I will answer.
I hope you.
questions.
I'm warning you now that
You know
my
how to
my
read.
reading level is like 3rd grade. So
Hopefully they're easy to read questions.
okay, so this one's from Steve Workman. Beach or lake?
It's kind of a lame question, Steve.
Beach.
Yeah, beach. Beaches are better.
Beaches
I think
are
that's a
better.
pretty easy answer, actually.
Yeah, I would have to go for beach too.
Lakes are better than regular places, but beaches are better than lakes.
That's a great way to put it.
That is a great way to put it.
Lakes
Actually.
are better than regular places, but
Like-
beaches are better than lakes.
Like you go to a lake, like yeah. So you go, like you plan a weekend, for example, with your friends. You're like, oh, let's go to the lake. Like you just go down, like it's just a weekend trip. Like go to the lake, and then you get to the lake and you're like, I kind of want to be at the beach right now.
Right, like the only thing about a lake that I like, I mean, I like more than just this, but like the only thing better about a lake is like water sports, maybe.
Mm,
You need a boat though to
Yeah.
have fun in a lake. You don't need a boat to have fun in a
that
lake.
is
And-
true.
And
Yeah.
also, a lot of lakes are kind of gross. Not that oceans aren't, but I don't know. Yeah, beach.
Beach.
Yeah, all right, thanks for the question, though, Steve. I'll come with a better
Yeah,
one
you
next
really
time.
shot
Yeah.
on this guy before, and it was a great question.
No, thanks, Steve. I appreciate your question.
All right. Next question's from Mark Owen. He said, "Who's the cutest guest you've had on?"
Who's the cutest guest?
I think he's just setting himself up right
so
now.
it's definitely not Mark, right?
It's definitely not Mark.
No.
Based
well, I
on
love Mark as
viewership.
well. It's not
Based
not
on
Mark.
viewership,
I'll put some input in.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's
Mom.
not myself. I don't think I'm on that level. And I can do the whole like no homo and everything. But the was it DeVito?
DeVito?
Yeah. And
It
the
might
and the
be.
reason why is because of his car.
Yeah.
I think it adds some cuteness points.
you love his
You
car.
love
I
cars.
love his car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
DeVito, Mont loved you. He loved
Oh
your
yeah.
episode.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Just for reference, like I love cars, but I drive a 2012 Ford Escape, which is like an
It's not a
inline
car,
inline
that car.
four, like
Yeah.
175 horsepower. Like it's like got no tugging ability, but I love cars. When I saw your TikTok, I think I fell in love, honestly.
If I'm thinking with my head, I'm probably gonna say Tepper.
What
but
else
if
would
I'm
you think
thinking
with,
with
like,
my
your dick?
heart, I think John's the cutest.
John, I was gonna say maybe John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I think Tepper is
Tepper's
the
got
best.
the
Tepper's the
dimples
best
the
looking.
girls go wild
Tepper's
for.
the best looking person that's the best. John and Keller are tied for second. No, that's ridiculous. No, that's not true. I'm gonna just say that Tepper.
Keller's pretty damn cute.
I'm gonna say
Keller's
that.
cute,
I'm
yeah.
gonna just leave it
Yeah.
at Tepper, and then the rest of you can decide. for yourself.
Let's skip off this question. before
Yeah,
we
yeah,
get
yeah,
any
yeah.
weirder with
All
it.
right.
Next one's from Scoop.
Read the whole thing. Who is this person?
It's SCUUP, but the U's are like
Scoop.
yeah,
Scoop?
Scoop.
Do we
Okay,
know
so
who
it's
this person
it's
is?
it's at Scoop Jardine.
Oh,
All right.
Scoop Jardine.
Yeah,
We
Scoop
don't know
That's one
Jardine.
of my friends.
Oh, is it? Oh,
I
okay.
don't know who, but because we used to say Scoop Jardine.
Oh, nice. Okay.
His question was, does Mike Wazowski wink or blink?
That's the guy with one eye.
From Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah,
Wink or blink? I think he blinks.
it's got to be blink, right?
So, I guess he does both, right? At the
Can we
same time.
talk about the context? Because I feel like if you have one eye,
I
but
think
you're
that,
making it like sexy, then it's a wink.
I don't think that Mike would. I would say.
I think the question is counterintuitive because he doesn't have two eyes.
I don't think that he can wink.
Yeah.
I think that if he tried to wink, he would just be blinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he blinks and he is incapable of winking.
Huh.
That's a good way to put it. I think that's the answer.
So I think that's it, right? We've gone a while.
Yeah.
That went by fast. I kind of had fun.
I mean, so Mom, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the podcast?
I loved
Did you
it.
enjoy
Yeah. I mean, I not just like this episode, obviously, because I'm on it, but like, just like your guys, the podcast so far. Like, I've listened to every episode and I've
fan.
enjoyed it. So, like, yeah,
Appreciate
keep it up. I will be probably most episodes in that corner trying to like
Yes, we need that.
fuck with the. Maybe we'll put something on here and I'll be your guys like your Jamie and your or like your
Hank
yeah.
from, PMT.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of you that have complained to me about audio in the past, hopefully it's a lot better after this one. We're putting our trust in Mont, and
Hopefully.
you can thank Mont. So I hope it works out. You have any shout-outs you want to give really quick?
Well, I was gonna shout out DeVito
Okay, right.
for his car, but we already did that. Shout out my mom and dad.
Nice.
Shout out the Monts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Mr. and
Monts,
Mrs. Mont.
yeah, and Ian for squashing the beef with me, and yeah, that's
Ian, work
that's
on
about
that
it.
right
Oh yeah,
now,
shout out
buddy.
Mark too. I mean, Mark's a regular,
We give
but
Mark a hard time. But
yeah,
we love Mark.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we love Mark. All right.
We wouldn't want another stats guy.
No, we wouldn't. We couldn't dream of a better stats guy or a better friend for Nick and a close acquaintance for me.
Oh, last shout out is to Jake Hughes, who almost killed me with a golf ball. That's the last shout out.
right.
Shout out
yeah.
Jake.
All right, that's all we got. We'll be back at some point. I can't give you a definitive time because we don't ever hold ourselves to it. But thanks for listening. We'll see you guys soon. And end of podcast.